Good morning, North Carolina. Today we have Brian Knight joining us. Welcome, Brian.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a pleasure for you to be able to join our podcast this morning. I'm the host, the amazing Rob Lason, and today we're going to discuss military veterans suicide prevention, along with get a detailed stories about Brian Knight. Um, his military career, what he's doing in the community now with the USO, how he's helping veterans, and just all the amazing things that go on. So, Brian, where do you want to start off first, Brian? You want to tell us about your military career, or you want to jump into the USO, or?
Yeah, well, let's see. First off, I was shocked when you reached out. I was like, why does this dude want me to jump on his podcast? To be honest. Um, so yeah, I spent 23 years in the Army, retired command sergeant major, spent most of my time at Fort Bragg. Um, and then as I was getting out of the service, I really didn't know what was next. I landed a job working for a nonprofit, helping take care of service members and their families. So it was a great fit to slide into. It's kind of one of the things when you reached out and you wanted to talk, veteran suicide. Um, One of the things that I think that the people are missing once they get out of service is that connection, still having, connection with their brothers and sisters that they served with, or even the culture of being in the military. You got a lot of guys that get out and then go back home to their own, place, wherever they came from. And then they get back and they realize that the friends that they had when they were growing up, they really don't have much connection with them. So I caution people whenever they're gonna, just break ties completely and get away from a community that surrounds them, and then be out there on their own, because, you know, inside our heads can be a dark place every once in a while.
Yeah, absolutely, Brian. And it's through helping other veterans that we're able to shine some light on the situation. 22 veterans a day commit suicide, and so we're trying to get that number from 22 to zero, and so it's not an easy task. But Brian, by us coming together like this, the reason I reached out to you and stuff, for us coming together like this, we're able to shine more light, and also help the veterans out there who don't want to talk about this. Let them know, hey, there's some people they can talk to about their problems. They can reach out to us, and what we can do in the neighborhood to try to get these other soldiers, other veterans, the help that they need. So I know it's one, the community coming together. Two, uh, more rides to the VA, to get help, more counseling. There's a lot of things that should be done for our veterans and stuff. So if you, Brian, could do one thing, what do you think would help that number 22 go down? What do you think is missing? What do you think the veterans need? What do you think would help solve uh, or help this issue?
You're gonna think I'm crazy when I say this. One is connection, right? You've got to have connection. You can't cut yourself off from, like I said, the people who know your culture, who know what you've been going through, who've shared those hardships left and right. But I'm gonna tell you, um, I retired in 2018, and in 2019, a former soldier of mine reached out to me and said, "So, Major, I'm coming back to Bragg, but I'm coming with a play, and this play is called Last Out Elegy of a Green Beret. It's written by Lieutenant Colonel Scott Mann, retired, and man, this play changed my life. And you hear the word play, and like everybody just shies away from it. They're like, I don't know about that. Like, um, But I went and saw this play, and when I say it changed my life, it literally changed my way of thinking on just everything. This play gave you a chance to kind of see the demons that you were fighting. It is also a chance to see the demons that the family was facing. I'm telling you, if you get a chance, man, get on and check out Last Out Elegy of a Green Beret. They were touring. They did, I think, like 18 stops initially, and then COVID happened because we were going to bring it back to Bragg to show it again as an LPD for senior leaders, and then COVID happened, and they weren't able to tour it anymore, so they put it on film. So you can go and check it out. I think it's on Fox Nation, streaming on Fox Nation, any of the streaming platforms. But they just launched their tour again to their nationwide tour, and it's been picked up by the Gary Sinise Foundation. They changed it up. If you get a chance to see it, man, I'm telling you, just by going, watching, and physically seeing kind of what you went through and what your families went through in front of your own eyes, it's life changing. And then there's a talk back afterwards, and that to get to your point on what we can do, man, you got to talk. If you harbor that stuff inside, it's a dark and lonely place. But when you get a chance to kind of share, your thoughts and your feelings about what you're going through, man, it's liberating, really. And unfortunately, that number 22 has been shown to be actually too low. There's actually more than 22 soldiers a day killing themselves. That number is actually higher. To include, you think that people they're coming back, they're hurting, they're self-medicating, and then they're taking their lives via substance abuse as well. So that number is a lot higher than 22, and we've got to do something to bring those numbers down.
Well, it sounds like Gary Sinise and that program, is that a local program for you? It seems to be helping these guys be able to be heard and come together to try to fix a lot of their issues and stuff. So hopefully there's more programs like that available locally and in other cities and stuff. So there's more ways for people to reach out and try to get the help that they need. And yeah, I believe that the number 22 could be higher. I hope not. 22 just seems too high. So I think it's going to take a lot of people reaching out to their family, a lot more programs available, more 24-hour services at the VA available, and just kind of doing a buddy check, checking in on your buddies and stuff. Anybody out there who has a buddy who knows they might have just got back from overseas, or check in on your buddy, make sure that he's all right, and make sure they're reaching out for help. If anybody knows somebody, make sure that they're getting the help that they need. And Brian, what's the name of that one more time so we can put that info out? That's because that sounds like a good. You said it's called the Green Beret.
It's called Last Out Elegy of a Green Beret. And
right.
If they want to check out more information, they can go to lastoutplay.com.
Lastoutplay.com.
And Scott's even set up, and I talk about them so much because they were so impactful on my life. But there are other programs out there, man, that guys just need to get involved with. And once again, find those people that are like-minded, that have shared those hardships. There's a program called Operation Motorsport for guys that are into like the IMSA and SRO. If they've medically injured or removed from service, think about those guys. They weren't planning on getting out, and now they're trying to figure out what's next. Operation Motorsport brings these guys in as beneficiaries, puts them with a race team, because the similarities of, you know, basically that squad versus that race team are there. Everyone's got to do their part in order to make that car go. So that's another great organization for people to get involved with, if that's something that they're interested in. That's operationmotorsport.org.
Now,
go ahead.
operationmotorsport.org. Where is this located? And so they're actually racing. They're working and racing race cars.
Yeah, so they're based out of Raleigh, North Carolina, and Canada. So it's a nonprofit that splits the border, and they activate at all the racetracks, you know, all across the nation. And if anyone is, you know, interested in that program, like I said, hit them up. If you're medically separated from service, or if you've got somebody that's in service right now and they're getting ready to separate, reach out to these guys, and they'll put you with a team to really kind of just put you back in the fold. You know, when people are getting out of the service, I had never gotten out, and I found myself on the fast pass to get out. I got back from Iraq in September of 2017, and in October of 2017, HRC called and said, "Sergeant Major, we need you in Germany, and you need to be there in February." And I was like, "Yo, bro, like, can we work on this? Like, my son's getting ready to graduate high school. My next job was already lined up. I'm waiting on the next list to come out." And ultimately, what it came down to was they said, "Hey, it's about selfless service." And when I heard that, I was just like, my God, okay. So the division sergeant major asked me what I was going to do, and I said, "Well, sergeant major, I'm going to retire." So I had 6 months to be out of the Army with no plan on getting out of the Army. I mean, I was going to stay till 30, you know, why not? And so I found myself going, what am I going to do next? Like, what does that next chapter look like for me? And it was a dark place, because you just don't know. It's the fear of uncertainty. Plus, you know, VA and all this other stuff. Like, I had no clue what I was getting myself into. I just knew that I was making the decision, and it was going to be the right one, and we were going to make it work. But once again, had I not went into the nonprofit sector with the job that I'm doing now, still helping service members and their family, I don't know that I would be in that right place. You know, I probably would have went away and pulled myself away from what's comfortable and what's normal to me. You know, so my key message is, you know, stay connected. The other thing too, you know, you talk about people got to reach out. And I fully believe that they've got to reach out. You also need to understand that when you were in service, if you were in a helicopter and that helicopter got shot down, and this came from a buddy of mine when we were talking, if that helicopter got shot down and every single person on that helicopter died but you, and you were in enemy territory, you didn't just sit there. You just didn't sit up by the wreckage, put your weapon down, and then just wait for the enemy to come and get you. You had to fight, right? Like, you picked up your weapon and you kept fighting, because you knew every single asset in the military, everything that they had, they were getting ready to send to come and get you. But you got to fight. So you've got to be the one that still reaches out. You've got to let somebody know that you're hurting. Because if not, ultimately at that point, you're just setting your weapon on the side and you're like, all right, I'm ready. And we don't want anybody there. We want them to continue to keep pushing through, and we'll get to them.
Yeah, anybody watching, that's Brian Knight, and that's an amazing story, testimony. And yeah, guys, if you're out there and you're hurting, just wait. Help is on its way. Be patient. I know when you're hurting, you can't really be patient, but you know, so you guys can contact me, Brian Knight. We'll get you guys linked up with one of these services, or, you know, we can just talk. If you guys need to talk, we're available pretty much 24 hours, 7 days a week. I'm also putting up the 24/7 veterans crisis line, and that number is 988. And you just press 1 for any veterans out there watching right now. So Brian, now you're pretty much, so you're working for, this is like you don't, I mean, you volunteer for the organization you're with. So tell me about that. How do so you enjoy doing this, huh?
Yeah. So I'm not a volunteer with the organization that I work for. I'm actually an employee. I run an area, around Fort Bragg. But it's still, like I said, it keeps me connected with the service members and their families, and still able to do, quite a bit through this organization to take care of our active component. And it's easy to do, and it's much easier for service members to know that if their families are being taken care of back here, then they can focus on what they need to do whenever they're over there. And then help and keep that connection between them while they're gone as well. So it's fulfilling. It's super fulfilling, and I love to be able to run around and spread goodness on the installation and in the area. So like I said, that too was one of the reasons why I think I'm in such a good place after coming out of the service and not being in that dark place. You know what I'm saying? Just staying with that community and really doing what you can to help them.
So you're working with the guys deployed now. So that's kind of your passion, giving back to the service members. So you kind of, it's just an amazing story. Brian, we really appreciate everything that you're doing for the community, for the veterans, for the active duty guys and stuff. So what else what else do you got going on?
I don't know, man. I'm still trying to get my land legs back. My wife and I just got off an amazing vacation that I haven't taken in 5 years. Like seriously, 5 years it's been since we went on an actual vacation. So really just trying to get back to the grind. Thank God. Right now we don't have any service members rolling out deploying, so we're just focused on home base operations, if you will.
Oh yeah,
the NASCAR season.
Hey, yeah, NASCAR. Yeah, who do you like? Who's your what driver? You like any of the drivers?
Oh yeah, I'm a Kyle Busch fan.
Okay.
And hey, another great organization, and he's a mutual friend of ours. Is Grady Davis. Grady runs Weekend for Warriors, and they take service members on or vets on trips. Really cathartic stuff for them to just be around other vets and enjoy a weekend. He always brings vets out to Darlington Raceway.
Oh wow.
Offshore, fishing charters. So look them up. Weekend with Warriors. If anybody needs them.
And that's for any veteran that just wants to go out for the Warriors for a weekend.
Yeah, so I mean he's got events happening all the time, but I'm telling you, so Grady, and I didn't even know this when I first met him, but Grady wasn't a service member, but he has a passion and a heart for service members, and that dude will bend over backwards to help a service member in need. He is a great resource in the North Carolina area.
And is it mostly like they're just doing race car stuff, or is there other stuff going on, or is it just mostly stuff at the tracks, or?
Oh well, like I said, he's got all kinds of like getaway trips, if you will. And he always brings service members to the Darlington racetrack. just check them out. You know, look them up on social media. Weekends with Warriors. They've got things going on all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll give Grady a shout out, and we'll have some guys reach out. You guys want to go experience a weekend for Warriors in the North Carolina area, we guys can set you up and get y'all out to the racetrack for the weekend, or some other kind of fun, cool stuff just to kind of get your mind off things and just get out with some other veterans for the weekend. Yeah, that's cool, Brian. It sounds like a lot of good stuff going on in your area. I might have to come out there and visit sometime.
North Carolina's beautiful right now.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the best time of the year, right? The spring. You guys got a short winter there, right? Long summer, or?
Yeah, it goes from 70s to like 90s real quick.
Yep. So.
But I prefer that.
Yeah, I prefer being at the beach, man. You know, but a little go catch the beach. I don't know how far you guys are from the beach, but I'd have to come down and spend a few days at the beach. Maybe go fishing. Any good fishing spots out there, or?
Oh, tons. Well, you can do offshore, or you can do inland. There's all kinds of stuff. The great thing about North Carolina is you're 2 hours really. If you're at the Fort Bragg area, you're 2 hours really from everything. 2 hours from the beach,
right.
2 hours from the mountains, 8 hours away from my in-laws in Delaware, and 8 hours from my family in Florida. So right up and down the East Coast.
Yeah, it's kind of a sweet spot. Yeah, it's if you don't mind driving a couple hours, but yeah, it's a really good location for to live in. I drove through one time, but didn't really have a chance to stay that long. But I'd like to go back there and check it out sometime. Get out to the racetrack out there. You said Darlington, right? How many racetracks you guys got?
Well, I mean, just in our area, we've got Charlotte Motor Speedway, we've got Bristol that's 4 hours away, we've got Richmond that's I think 4 hours away, Darlington that's an hour and a half, 2 hours away. So yeah, this is NASCAR country as well.
Yeah, I have to come down there with my Kyle Busch shirt and come down for the weekend.
I'm just upset that he's not with the 18. Now I got to go get all new merch with the number 8 on it.
Yeah, who's he racing with now?
He's racing for Richard Childress.
Oh, Richard Childress. Yeah. Who? Yeah, somebody else took. Well, he gave up his car, right? He had the M&M car, or what?
Yeah, M&M's pulled out as a sponsor, so
Joe he just left.
Joe Gibbs was paying him out of his own pocket, so they just couldn't come together with a deal. So we'll see what 2023 holds for the number 8.
Right. Yeah, it should be a good season. Who? I'm sorry, I watched the end of the NASCAR. Who won the Cup? Who won the NASCAR Cup this past? I know it was close. A couple of different.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Won the 500.
Okay. Yeah, it should be another good run this next season. So. The thing about NASCAR, it's so long of a season. I mean, what are they race like 7 months at least out of the year?
Yeah, I like it because it'll take me through the entire football off season, and then I'll transition from NASCAR to football. But my real passion is baseball, and that's another extremely long season. 180. So.
Yeah, the baseball. You guys just got some colleges down there, or who do y'all got for the baseball?
I mean, So we've got a new, well, I say new, it's been here for a couple years, but we've got the minor league affiliate of the Houston Astros right here in Fayetteville.
Oh, it's the minor league team for the Houston Astros.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool to watch those players start off here and then, you know, progress through. We've had guys in the last World Series that, you know, started out here, so it's awesome to
Right.
watch their progression going up. But I mean, you figure colleges, you've got UNC, you've got NC State, you've got South Carolina just to the south of us. So there are tons of things to do and get involved with, and that's what one of the things that I love about the organization that I work for. We partner with these guys a lot to make sure that we're taking care of our service members and getting them out and getting them recognized as hometown heroes for sporting events and doing those things.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind catching a UNC game out there.
Yeah, you'll have a hard time trying to get a ticket. That's what you'll do.
Yeah, I bet they're probably season ticket holders and sold out for the year. Yeah, it's amazing, man. Yeah, really, really amazing. So, well, Brian, we appreciate you coming on. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure you coming on and joining us for veterans suicide prevention. And thank you. God bless you. Yeah, many blessings. You know, I know you're a command sergeant major, but I salute you today for the work you're doing, and we salute here on this program. So I will be in touch with you, you know, shortly about getting out there, and I'll try to post all these links for these organizations that these veterans can contact to get help in your area locally. And we appreciate you. Thank you.
I appreciate it, Rob. Take it easy. Safe travels for you, man.
All right, take it easy, Brian. Thank you. Later.